Hello and welcome back to another Red Resurrection video. This is the first video I'll be uploading since the release of 2.2. The latest version, the one you've been seeing for many months in these videos I've been uploading. You can play it now too. Online, offline, it has the Red Alert 2 vanilla campaign ported to the mod. So you can play that single player as well as skirmish, of course. Or you can play in multiplayer as I am doing right now in front of your very eyes. So go ahead over and download it from ModDB. I was going to link you to the website, but right now the mod is so popular that it has brought down the website and soon the entire internet, and with it reality itself. But for now, we're going to be watching me playing a rather long game in a 2v2 here. I'm allied with tyhednus. I'm playing Japan here as the pink, well, the guy controlling things, so you know who I am in this game. Oh, and I just stopped the engineer there because I don't have power to support the artillery, so nice little bit of efficiency there. But there's tyhednus as orange, as the Confederation, I think, and we're up against Jacko as teal, Yugoslavia, and he's opposite me, down at the bottom, and Crabiter, or Crabiter, I think, depending on where he is in cyberspace, as Russia, Red Russia at the bottom. But he's not the Russia, me and tyhednus are the Russias, because we're pushing down here towards the artillery bunker near Crabiter's base, and tyhednus got pushed back, but my GIs, they have the sandbags, they have the range, they are the heroes we need. And here comes tyhednus after seeing my efforts here with an engineer, so he's going to capture it. I've already captured that tech bunker. I'm going to move some more GIs up to protect it. There we go, we've conquered the map here. Commanded and conquered the map, keeping them back at bay. And this is where the game, this is where we take our stand for the rest of the game. Not sure what he's doing there, moving the Conyard forward is pretty good, I guess, because he can counteract our aggression a little bit, like with that bunker from Jacko there, helping his ally. Pushes me back, me and me GIs. But I think tyhednus's Scorchers with the rocket mode enabled can tear down that bunker pretty quick, as they do. No problem. So actually I'm trying to go in here and just keep pushing it. But too many bunkers, too many Scorchers here. Mostly from Jacko as well, actually, so doing a good job there, looking after his team member. Don't think we're actually going to get much done here, but we do still have most of the map, and we're keeping the pressure on. On this map there is a small patch of gems at the back of the base, so it does help to enable quick early gameplay. Going up, what am I on here? I'm on T1 still, but I went for the airfield first because I thought that could give us a bit of an advantage. So now I'm going up to T2, trying to poke around here, and I'm like, they're only war miners, and then I'm like, oh shit, they're war miners, so I better run away because they do decent damage in numbers to light vehicles, so pesky things. Moving down here with more GIs and some Ivans. Oh, is he going to get a bomb off? He does. But I know where that bomb is. I'm not a fool. Another Ivan. Didn't manage to actually get it into his cluster of conscripts though. He did a good job of splitting up there, so my IFV couldn't sneak in. Just trying to do some economic. Oh, I didn't spot that Ivan bomb, so I lost all my infantry there. But trying to do some early eco harassment. Funnily, he is harvesting straight from the the ore field's closest to me, which rather than the one at the back of his base. But well, he's probably doing both. Interesting to note. And here come a couple of Black Eagles pretty early, I think. About as early as you can get them. Not sure what I take out there, but I think here I actually am going to go through with this IFV rush. But rush, I mean, they're pretty not that fast, really. Oh, and the Ivans taken out together. Brothers in arms, brothers in death there. And these ops towers are made of paper. That's what you get for using cheap prefabricated materials to make your buildings on the battlefield. So take out Jacko's ops tower. So his T2's down for a little while. Oh, but Demo Truck's coming out. He's already on T3. I didn't even realise that when I was playing. How far in are we? Like 7 minutes into the game, so that's yeah, you can do that. You can do that. But I always tech up so slowly. And so he's already on T3 anyway, so actually taking out his ops tower wouldn't even be a huge deal to stop him from building Tesla elites and Ivans and using emergency repair, which is actually a pretty good thing to deny. I think I did also take out Crabiter's T2 as well. I'm not sure what tier he's on. Keeping up the aggression. Building some Rikishi here. Some fat guys sending them to the battlefield. And trying to bump up my economy, because that's something I always forget, is that I never really built quite enough miners and kind of struggling for money, so here I'm like trying to consciously build up more. And I desperately kind of want to finish off the war miner there. It's on like 1 HP. Some Rikishi. Taito's somewhere, yeah, already. You see this? I mean, I guess it's been like 9 minutes now, but like, that feels so early to me. I'm not even on T3. So that could be scary, so I'm just going to paradrop some infantry as defense. Taito's are like super weak armor, although they probably would kill those infantry, but they do have very weak armor, so let's be careful. There, the Taito's, so still in his base actually. Takes out an infantry though, and really want to take on these miners. Trying not to lose. Oh! That missile came out of nowhere as well. I think that was the, not quite sure, but I think that was the Red Alert 2 classic engine glitch where sometimes aircraft just fire an extra missile because they like to carry spares sometimes. I think that one actually did some pretty cool stuff. Taito's good against infantry, pushing me back, although those Rikishi are pretty heavily armoured, so they're not too bad. But the Sukhoi bombing run comes along. That's a few dead bodies there. Tyhednus! What a monster, look at him go. He's trying to push forward here. A bit of a clusterfuck though. I'm not sure how many shots all of his units are getting off. And it looks like there are arse load, I don't know, buttload of cyborgs there. From Crabiter, Russian special infantry. Turn your conscripts or flak troopers into, and this is the worst thing ever. Like, I just sent my Rikishi down to try and stop that in its tracks, and they just walk straight past. So good job, guys, and I don't know, help my ally here because he's doing good work. God's work. Get another refinery there to try and get the tap into that central warfield. Keep trying to do minor damage. Yeah, look at those cyborgs though. But Rikishi are actually pretty good against cyborgs, I should say, because they've got good armor. And cyborgs are not particularly great against infantry. They're basically just generic all-around units. Mini tanks, kind of good against basically everything, but you know, not brilliant against anything in particular. They're just good tanky units. And I send my Black Eagles there to try and stop the Sukhoi there, I'd take 2 out in 1 hit, I think. But he did actually take out the bunker there, so fine work there. And I lost 2 Black Eagles, not worth it, but worth it. And I'm still not on T3, because that's just how I roll. And they must have been on T3 for, let's see, how many minutes has it been? They've been on T3 for like 4 minutes. But luckily in this mod, tech advantage isn't a huge deal, just gives you a nice set of options, although it does help. I think if I had teched up faster maybe I'd be doing better, because I could have got shoguns out by now, and he doesn't have a huge amount of defense, so could have helped probably. Keep trying to push forward with those Rikishi, slow but powerful dudes. More demo trucks there, but that blew up in Crabiter's face, I think. Unless it was tyhednus, I'm not too sure. Now Crabiter's coming to save the day. Oh no, nah, he's fucking off, he didn't care. Nah, forget it. And it looks like I think they were tyhednus's saboteurs there as well, joining the fray, and Black Eagles sacrificed 2 to take 3 to take out the refinery. Not sure that was worth it, especially with all those forces as well, but I don't know, it's hard to say really. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, spend some money to make some money. tyhednus, look at him! Oh! Ouch, that was a terrible attack there. Horrible beastly assault there from Crabiter, showing his true colours as villain in this match. I'm setting up defensive perimeter there. I've got tyhednus's back. Setting up more pillboxes, kind of just to, you know, fuck up any Taito assault a little bit, you know, make him think twice about deploying somewhere, because again they are pretty weak armor. Ooh, what am I doing? Maybe some more minor harassment charges. Yeah, some minor harassment allegations against me, but and I'm guilty as charged. Oh, that's a nice cup of tea. Holy cow! My goodness, this tea is truly excellent. Seriously, I think the cup you drink from affects the taste so much, even though it's, you know, probably purely psychological. Goodness me. Blimey, this is a long ass game as well, so let's whatever I'm trying to say, let's do it. So those are some sneaky Sukhoi there, but nice. tyhednus, I think did he target them both separately? I mean, that was good. Whatever he did, it's pretty good. But here we've you see some defences now appearing, and this is where the Great War is starting to slow down. We took that Solaris there, but oh my god, the firebombing, these crimes against humanity. This is where the war kind of grinds to a halt, let's say, because it started off nice and aggressive. We took the battlefield within like the first 2 seconds, and then we just kind of sat there. You know, I mean, we're trying, desperately trying, but and look at them siege choppers. What is going on, tyhednus? I didn't, you know, didn't watch much of what he was doing, but some great stuff going on there. Oh, I'm walling off a building, love it. Being diligent. Ooh, that Tupolev went straight down, and I'm going to finish off that fucking miner. No, I'm not. No, it's not worth it, because those overseers are frightening. The overseers are a unique unit for Yugoslavia at T3. They can magnetize vehicles and hold them still. but they also reduce the armor of enemy aircraft by 50% in a big radius around them by helping your other air units target them better, supposedly. And so they really help. If you've got, you know, Rykovs or flat cannons or anything, overseers buff your anti-air basically, and managed to just spot that in the last second. So unlucky for Jacko there. Finally got T3 and a Shogun. How far are we in? 16 minutes into the game. I mean, if I'd done this, I don't know, 8 minutes earlier, maybe it would have been better, but who knows. And what's going on here? Tyhednus has some grinders here, trying to take out some stuff, but it looks like Jacko used his Iron Curtain on the ops tower, nearly took out the Konyard, so close. That was like a few HP, but I think, and I think even someone Tupolev'd Tyhednus' grinders, which actually does damage surrounding units and buildings, so it wasn't helping, but managed to emergency repair it as well, and summon a load of cyborgs and save that MCV, so damn, that was close. So, you know, looking back on it, how things could have been different, but they weren't. They're the same. They're always the same. So, I've got one Shogun here. Try and pelt the enemy. Be annoying. You know, thought I'd play Japan in this game because they're kind of a faction I don't feel like I've seen as much during like the whole beta. Basically, they were like one of the last allies to really kind of come together, and so I kind of feel like I should try them out the most and see if they're okay. Check out how they're doing. And Shoguns, they've been in the mod since 1.0 maybe, I'm not too sure. They've been in the mod forever, and kind of an iconic unit. Now they've been moved down from the highest tier to the like, well, in this case it's the third tier, so because there's 4 tiers in 2.2, but they've kind of been nerfed and moved down a tier, so they're a bit more versatile than they used to be. You know, you can get them out quicker and stuff. They're still pretty fun units to use and to not be to not be on the receiving end of. Well, some siege choppers here coming in. Not a whole lot to kill though. Taito's. Did he just attach an Ivan bomb to the Taito and drive it into those units? That's disgusting. But emergency repair. Brought in my Scrambler as well, which does just send one grinder just walking away. Oh, and I tried to use my glacial shield on those siege choppers, but I forgot that it doesn't work because siege choppers can just undeploy and fly off, and they have like an ice wall attached to them, so it doesn't really make sense. So it doesn't work on siege choppers and or Nighthawks, and I forgot that. Like the noob I am, I need to read the manual that I wrote, and but yeah, one little cock up. First of many. Tyhednus, look at Tyhednus' army. Jesus. We're starting to see Perrons here though, from Jacko as Yugoslavia. Perrons are perilous units. They're scary. They're powerful. They might be too powerful, but they might not be too powerful. I'm not too sure. They attack. Their function basically is they buff Tesla units that are beneath them, and that's kind of their primary function. But they do also fire automatically. You can't target the unit, but they actually will attract lightning bolts, essentially because they have such a sort of magnetic field from their Tesla equipment that they just attract lightning bolts that randomly attack units that are nearby. So they can be, well, they are used as a powerful unit as well. Peronska can also be used for the Yugoslavian wireless transfer, so you can teleport units from one Peron to another. but we don't get to see that in this game, or any game, unfortunately. It's an awesome ability, but it's fairly circumstantial. I guess you need to be able to set it up. You know, you need 2 parents in 2 locations. You need an army to teleport, and money to pay for the transport. So it takes a little setup. And this map is very sort of linear anyway, so it'd be hard for him to sneak a parent past, probably. Maybe. And he's using those ex-soldiers there, which is cool as well. I don't see too many of them, but he's using them to good effect. He's used the disruptor there to take out the flat cannon that's damaged, but he's bringing in the overseer. Managed to survive though with the disruptor. Disruptor being a Japanese unit there that cloaks units beneath it, and in fact units can fire out from under the disruptor while cloaked, and they don't decloak while firing either, so be a right pain. And Dr. Debrillo there imping all my units. I did manage to kill him though with a seal. That's a lot of parents. It's like 5 or 6 parents now, so excuse me, getting pretty scary. I just want to desperately take out the war factory, but alas, alack, it's not meant to be. Fine, just fly in. Do have some wasps now though. I've tried to build a response. Some wasps and disruptors are not too bad either against groups of air units, especially slow ones, because the projectile from the disruptor does time out after a while, so if the fast unit can run away, then the unit won't hit the unit. Here's the best thing to fight off Perrons though: Patriot missiles and static anti-air defense. Because you can't target with the Perron, and it won't shoot the static defenses. And they're invincible. So, yep, we're setting in for the long haul here with some siege tanks just staring at each other angrily and seeing who will make the first move. Look at tyhednus' forces though. He's got some nice desolators there. When you see a unit with the little like cog icon, that means that they're built from the arms deal, which is a unique support power for the Confederation. And what it actually does is it means that the Confederation, every few minutes, they get a new unit to build from one of the other Soviet sub-factions. There are a number of different units that can appear. So the Confederation actually randomly can get one of the sub-faction unique units from one of the other countries, Soviet countries. So they can be very powerful. They only get it for a period of time, so they have to like build it, and they're a bit more restricted in some way. I think there's a build limit on them and so on, so you can't kind of go crazy, but you can build a few desolators if you have the option. That's Confederation, and I think later he gets a couple of devastators as well, so Confederation very versatile and sneaky buggers. Is that Patriot? No, Patriot's going to die. Managed to get the Scrambler in there though. But he iron curtains the Tesla mammoths, so you know, keeps him alive. That's like 3,000 credits kept alive. So, and the Iron Curtain has a nice short cooldown on this as well, but it also doesn't last quite as long. I think it lasts like 15 seconds and has about 4-minute cooldown, something like that. So you can use it more regularly, but it doesn't last quite as long. And I accidentally built 2 MCBs. Don't know how, don't know why, didn't order them, but they turned up at my door. And I saw them and I thought, oh, I'll put them to use. What's the best way to use them? Put them right in front of the enemy, just to, I don't know, expand and be a dick, I guess. shoving it in his face. So there's one of the construction yards. And there's a Kirov there as well, but you know, Kirovs are underpowered, always underpowered. Despite what people say, despite the buffs they've been given, they are shit, and so there it goes. I suppose, like always, they're more surprise units. We have pretty crazy ass speed and armor in this mod, but never enough for the Kirov. And of course I was spied, because my construction yard is right in his face. So I was spied, and that means if you spy the construction yard, because it does provide radar, your shroud is reset. And he would also get the stolen allied MCV, but he doesn't build that in this game because there's not a whole lot of money and a whole lot of space to build with at this point. But losing the vision is pretty painful anyway. So I can no longer see his base. I don't know what tyhednus is trying to attack. It's like there's a cataclysm right there. So it's definitely a pain in the ass. I'm kind of just struggling for money, which is fine because I think I'm getting decent income. I'm just spending it, which is good. That's how RTS should go. That's how economy should work. I'm just trying to set up more, keep the siege going, keep the pressure on, I guess. But I would say there's kind of been the turning point in the game. When I say turning point, I mean, of course we are going to win still. So, what am I talking about? There's been notified there that there's a paradrop there with they've been turned into cyborgs. I do have my infantry here, which you could probably slaughter, but then with combat drugs, they're pretty good. So don't underestimate those. And been using some of my sunburst drones as well, which you can see attached to one of the Tesla mammoths there, as a little icon of the sunburst. And they're these drones you build at the airfield, and you attach them to vehicles, and then you can detonate them, and they'll damage surrounding vehicles as well. So you can kind of time when you best want to use it. And oh Jesus, there's a hind strike there from Crabiter. It does actually take out the nuclear reactor. Hind strikes are definitely good when you use them against something where there's not many different targets, because they just fire at anything in the area that you aim them at. But if there's only like one target, they'll just fire at that one target. So they're definitely better used strategically with some thought behind them. And there's an ex-soldier. I didn't even see the guy, but he slaughters my infantry, which is cool. And those cyborgs are still being a pain in the ass. One of tyhednus's devastators there that he managed to get through the arms deal. And we got connections. That is a scary Iron Curtain force coming in. Only lasts 15 seconds though, so it's kind of better to use after you've started to move in. But I mean, he did some decent damage. Took out the shoguns there. Managed to escape with looks like all of those Tesla mammoths, pretty much. And Tesla mammoths, when they die as well, release a couple of terror drones, or they can release up to 2 terror drones, depending on random chance, and so they can be a real pain as well, even in death. I'm going to try and use a couple more sunburst drones here. Let's see if they get through the AA. Ooh, one does. And then you can detonate it and do some damage. And there's me doing something to try and split up and escape this demo truck. Oh my goodness. I do manage to save the production line though, so that men don't walk out into the irradiated world, die immediately. There's the first nuclear attack, I think, from Jacko. You can see it flying across the screen there. And just like cringing, but look at me. Thankfully it hits my ally. Well, yeah, so that's his base is like well, it's not his base anymore, I suppose. And fortunately, he does have a miner walking to his likely death. So we are in a bit of a state right now, I would say. He's asking if I've got Jacko. I don't know about that, because I haven't got any forces. So, and I did lose that as well to the cyber attack. And, nasty little Graveler assault here from Crabiter. Nice, finished off there with the couple of Tupolevs. So I don't really have enough forces, and money's low, and everything's just a, you know, fuckerage right now. A lot of fuckery going on. Yeah, this is where things are looking a little messy, a little dicey. Titos are artillery. For nice little stealth artillery for Yugoslavia. And I'm just like, I don't even know what to build. Start building some Rocketeers. Luckily I cancelled it before wasting money on that, because there's plenty of anti-air. Yeah, you know, I think I got quite blindsided, as I often do, this game. Maybe should have looked more at tyhednus' side and seen if we could attack Crabiter, because look, his base is pretty open, so... you know, and me taking up quicker would have been good. Should have built a Chronosphere maybe. I'm not even on T4 yet. Holy moly, Joey. Oh my god, it's 32 minutes and I'm not on T4. I haven't even tried to get to T4. So, yeah, you know, and he's got a, you know, he's got launched one nuke on me already, and on us, and there's a second one well on the way. And Iceland and got to T4, so yeah, maybe a little slow. Ooh, nice Dante there from tyhednus though, and Yuri Prime even. So he must have spied the construction yard of Crabiter and got a Yuri Prime as the secret hero infantry. So he can mind control some stuff.
Complete.
I'm just like, I don't know, trying to turtle in his face, I guess.
Unit ready.
And the pain. Four miners getting taken out.
Our base is under attack.
What is there left to talk about? What is there left to talk about? 30 minutes into a game, 30 years into a relationship. What is there left to talk about? Some nice lag. I hate it when this happens, because it's the kind of lag that, like, I couldn't select units, you know, like it just wouldn't go through. So sometimes my computer does that nowadays with Red Alert 2. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm sure it's fine. Managed to avoid the Hind strike.
Construction complete. Unit lost.
Got one of those drones in, and I think it leaves like, yeah, that war miner on minimal health. Managed to take it out, which is a lovely little minor victory. Minor victory. Oh, there we go. But I did lose a Black Eagle, so probably not worth it. Still got me sort of crappy little infantry, low tier forces, Iron Curtain Titos. Not really sure why, but well, he's trying to take out the construction yard. They are doing a pretty slow job of it. Managed to escape. Oh god, look at that. Death. Perrons and ex-soldiers. Whoever knew Yugoslavia would be so terrifying at T4.
Unit ready.
And
Ore
oh,
miner under attack.
got Shitskoi there, but I think he's going to back off.
Unit ready.
Cataclysm from Crabiter still exists,
Warning.
but he's not been pushing with it, which is quite good. Another nuke goes
Unit
off.
lost.
You know, this whole game is like we've just like pushed, and then we just lose
Construction
momentum, and they don't even have to really push back. I don't think they just need to keep nuking our faces and sort of using, you know, long-range weapons and picking us off. And, we're struggling. Am I going to go for T4? Oh my god! I'm going to start building T4.
Building.
Which means that it'll be done in like 2 minutes because it takes a long time to build.
Training.
But
Unit ready.
something's happening. T4, things are stirring in the
Our base is
tier
under
tech
attack.
tier
Unit ready.
world.
Unit ready.
Some more disruptors because maybe they'll be useful. I think I could send one to my ally.
Base is under attack.
Taking nuclear artillery to the face there
Insufficient
from the
funds.
Cataclysm.
Unit ready.
Trying to actually assault now with these siege tanks instead of just sitting there for 20 minutes. They have pretty long range. I think the longest ranged artillery still. Well, basic artillery. And you get sort of special units like the Cataclysm and Stalin's Fist and stuff like that, which are longer range. But the classic Iron
Our
Curtain
base is under
decorations
attack. Unit
Oh.
lost.
being demonstrated for you.
Unit lost.
Their parents.
Unit lost.
Oh.
Unit lost.
But his, I mean,
Iron curtain activated.
you know,
Unit lost. Unit lost.
what does Jacko really have though? Like, what, you know, I feel like I could have done something, right? Like, if I'd acted a bit
Unit ready.
cleverly, and I have T4. I guess I placed it a little while ago. I'm not sure. You probably saw it happen. I wasn't paying attention.
Unit ready.
So I can start building cool units
Building.
like the weather control device and the Grand Cannon, which is useful in this mod now. I mean, it was always useful, but it was just, you know, generic defense. Now it's a bit more
Ore miner under
tactically useful, I think,
repairing.
because of the way that it's set up.
Ally is under attack.
It has a longer range, but you need to actually fire it manually with a super weapon, with, you know, like a support power.
Unit ready. Construction complete.
And there's a little second delay, so you have to kind of time it when it comes to units moving around and stuff. But it is very powerful, so the Grand Cannon's pretty fun to play with. I place it a bit too far back, so I'm not really in range. I managed to sneak a scramble around though. I think that's like one of my victories in this
Unit lost.
battle though. I managed to sneak a scramble around the back of Crabiter's base and set it on his refinery so that I steal credits, because he had a refinery full of cash. You can see the gold
Building.
piling up
Select target.
on the doorstep. That's how rich he is. And I managed to leech it away with my scrambler. I managed to kill the Shitskoi there, just as he was approaching,
Select target.
which is fun. There's the Grand Cannon firing away there. And I think this whole time
Unit lost.
I'm stealing credits,
Unit lost.
and my money is like,
Construction
whoa
complete.
boy, it's like the most money you've had the whole game. And I got my weather control device here. Let's place that down. So now we've been nuked like 3 times, 2 times. Oh, we're gonna get some payback, boy. Look at that empty refinery, fully stolen, and the income that comes in is being stolen.
Unit
But
ready. Building.
it's all good in the hood.
Iron curtain activated. Ore miner under
I didn't use that. I was just thinking about it. Didn't use it. Look at that iron curtain though. There's a lot of shit, and he's going straight for the weather control device. And this is when I'm like, why did I place it there? I thought it was a protected place because it's, you know, nearly sold it, but then tyhednus iron curtained it, so awesome. And the iron curtain quickly wears off.
Unit ready.
Tesla man's still a pain in the arse though.
Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Repairing.
Look at those little drones there as well, the Seeker drones
Unit lost.
from the Libyan, one of the Japanese T4 powers. And there's the hero, deployed him by accident there. He's a Japanese hero, he's on the little surfboard there.
Unit lost.
And so he's amphibious, and he has a little like laser glove, rapid firing laser thing as his normal weapon. But the cool thing is that he can deploy and magnetize vehicles around it, so vehicles can't move in his radius of effect, and he becomes heavily armoured. He gets covered in like a little defensive bubble, as you get to see there. Boom, it captured the demo truck, so it couldn't move. So he's actually pretty cool for like catching, obviously, enemy vehicles, which shoguns can rain fire down on, and you know, you can use it to stop enemy advances, things like that. Not sure I get to use him that well here, but that's the idea. And shit, look at that nuke, straight in the heart of my frontline base. My frontline base. Ooh, I'm just getting Shrek'd here.
Repairing.
And might as well repair things, why not? Blah, blah. Still got a ton of money from Crabiter. I'm not sure whether the Scrambler's still there or not, I don't know when it died, but presumably it did. At some point.
Construction complete.
Oh, and disruptors, as you can see there, do cloak defences as well, so
Our base is under attack.
keep that in mind. You can actually cloak your defences. And I think Jacko even spotted those drones coming and pulled his grinders back or something. Like, that's crazy, that's so stupid and annoying. Like, come on. Come on. Yeah, I managed to hook a grinder, but I had nothing to kill it with, so not too useful. We do have the sunburst there. I wanted to detonate it before it got near the miner though, because otherwise it would do damage to tyhednus's war miner. Am I ever going to get Weatherstorm device? Weatherstorm Storm off?
Iron curtain activated.
Who knows?
New rally point established.
Trying to expand forward still and just be annoying. Like, you know, it's like so close. Like, look at him, he's got shit left.
Our base is under
And
attack.
we just kind of like seal the deal. You know? Trying to be irritating with these
Unit ready. Unit lost.
tsunamis, but then little Tesla coil pops up there just to be a dick. But that does drag away his parents, so let's use this as an opportunity to go in. Does still have Dr. DeBrillo there. Ooh, but he's getting battered by the Shoguns, and I do target the Tesla reactor with the Grand Cannon, which does a fudge load of damage. And I deploy, which keeps him alive for a long time, but it does actually. He does die.
Our base is under attack. Unit lost.
But managed to take out those grinders, so I guess it's okay.
Unit promoted. Our base is under attack.
Need to move forward though.
Unit lost.
Got my Cryo Legionnaires here, which are just like big, nice, powerful dudes, basically.
Unit lost.
Good lads. And Dr. DeBrillo though, he can detect stealth, as all heroes can, so the Disruptor is not fooling him.
Building. Ore miner under attack.
Do place
Target.
Glacial Shield on those Shoguns, but then DeBrillo does deploy, although I think he does stay deployed, because changed the way that he worked a bit,
Unit lost.
I think
Unit
before
promoted.
or after release, I
Unit
can't
lost.
remember. But so that he continuously deploys, you have to undeploy him. He'll continue to deploy in EMP things,
Select target.
rather than it being a one-time thing, because that does solve an issue with
Unit lost.
units. When you deploy infantry after they've attacked, they sometimes don't deploy properly, and that's like really annoying. So it does solve that issue, but you need to remember to undeploy the infantry again. And I think, see, look, this feels like a victory. Look at this. We're going to win the game now. We're going to win the game. The next few minutes. There's not that long left. It's feasible. There's literally how long's left? Like a few minutes, like 4 minutes left of the battle. So, looking at this, you'd think correctly that we've won. He does use, Jacko uses polarity swap on their shoguns, which means that the units will actually heal whatever they hit. So it's like, you know, flying heal artillery, which I don't want to heal my enemy, so I'll just stop firing with those. Weather control device. I felt like I still couldn't see a whole lot of their bases. Oh, that's not entirely true. But, so I kind of tried to go somewhere for the middle, which, you know, it felt like a pretty good hit, but you know, still one weather control, one weather storm for like 3 nukes. So.
Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Insufficient.
Look at this. This is virtually victory right now. This is victoire. But they're still like Tesla coils. Like whoever says static defenses are no good in this mod is crazy. They're annoying. They're not like the end all, but when you've not got many units, they're a pain in the ass. Especially when you've not got many like appropriate units to take them out with. Trying to cloak my infantry there, but the the Rykos are being a pest.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
Whoa! It's not gone down though.
Unit lost.
I think that was Shitskoy there, dying again. There, the disruptor goes down.
Building.
Of course, the disruptor cloaking the infantry does mean the Perrons will be able to attack them. So, and it looks like tyhednus is like totally burned out as well. Crabiter has a big army there, from what I saw briefly. It's not looking too good.
Primary building selected.
Good. And there's Volkov just picking some dudes off.
Iron curtain activated.
Oh, got his comeuppance there. Sweet. Iron Curtain, a hero. Iron Curtain is the hero we need. Oh, Grand Cannon. A little more damage. But here come the Perrons, and ooh, ow, look at that. Especially because they're all clustered together. That's some serial damage there. Another nuke goes off, no idea where it's going to hit.
Unit lost. Low power. Unit lost.
Right in the and I'm like, please save the weather control device.
Unit ready. Building.
Please, tyhednus, quick. There's Dr. Debrullo. But it's too late. It's too late. It's all over. That's it. The last best hope of humanity, of huge manatees, is dead, and Jacko just killed. That was a total waste. He just used the Iron Curtain to kill Yuri Prime, who'd mind controlled that demo truck, and then just detonated the demo truck. That was like a. That was just a, you know, show of power. Nothing. It's disgusting. Oh, cyborgs coming forward, and I think it's over. It's over. See, it just collapsed in like 3 minutes. We'd won, and then it collapsed. Front line collapsed. You know, they went through the Ardennes, and it was over. It was too much. Too hot to handle. Finally has spirits, though. That's pretty good, right? Spirits? 50 minutes into the game? Spirits? 50 minutes into the game? I mean, what could they have done anyway if I'd built them, like, you know, 30 minutes earlier? Nothing. So, rapid collapse. tyhednus has left the game. I've got nothing. It's GG. It's all over. And Jacko and Crabiter win.